Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of ILUBeam series. So in the last video you have seen we have created this beautiful model, the structural model, and linked it with our main model. So in this video I am going to show you how you can add reinforcement in your model. So you see I have added some reinforcement in the foundation. One type of reinforcement is in this foundation, the isolated footing. The second one is in this one, and then we have some reinforcement in the column and also some reinforcement in the slab. So how you can model these reinforcement, or how you can insert these reinforcements in your structural elements. So there are two ways. One is going to structure tab, and in the structure tab you will see in a separate portion for reinforcement which says reinforcement, and there you can see rebar, area, path, and all the cover, etc., all those options. And then there is a quick way to do it using an extension. So I've came around a beautiful extension. So this extension I will provide a link to that. I've also downloaded it from the same link. So if you are a student or you are running a company, so you can fill one of these form and then submit the form. You will get an email notification, then you can process the email, confirm your email, and then you will have a download link in your email, so you can then download and install it. So once you install this Navigate rebar extension, so then you will have the options like if you go to the Navigate rebar extension tab, and in this tab you will see all these rebars types: the beams, columns, footing, parapets, pile caps, retaining walls, slab corners, slab openings, etc. and etc. So how we can use these and how we can manually add reinforcement in this. Okay, so we have all these options. So first we will try to see how we can add reinforcement using manual method, and then we will use these extensions for adding reinforcement in our structural elements. And then I'll delete all these reinforcement from these members, the slab, beams and columns, footing, and then we will import this model, the structure model, to Autodesk Robot Structure Analysis and do the structure analysis there, and then design it according to the ACI 3184, and then bring it back with reinforcement to this Revit. So that would come after this video. So in this video let's see how we can manually add reinforcement in any of the members. So let's take an example of this footing. So how we can add reinforcement in this footing. So I've selected this footing. Let me go to the plane view. So let's select this one, go to level 1. So as these are in level 1, so you see this is selected. So we want to add reinforcement in this. So when you select a structural member, you will see these options of reinforcement and other family options too. But you can also go to the structure tab, click on the reinforcement rebar option, and then add your element. But you can also select the element, then click on the rebar. As I click on the rebar in the plane, then it will ask me to select the shape of the rebar. So you see there are different shapes loaded here. Okay, so we have these options. So for the footing, if we want a longitudinal bars placed at a distance, and then they also have a hooks, a 90-degree hooks or 180-degree hooks, so we can add that too. So these are 180-degree hooks, 90-degree hooks, so we can add any type of shapes. So for example, we want to just 90-degree hooks with longitudinal bars, so we can select this one, and here you see it says click on space or shift to rotate or change the orientation. So for example, I want some in this direction and another one in the opposite direction. So you can also change its spacing, like these are now on 4-inch spacing. So for example, we want it on 6 inches spacing. So when I have updated it to 6 inches, you see it is updated like this. So we want it on 6 inches. I'll click, so one would be placed like this. If you want to change it or flip it, so you can also change. So if I go to this portion and click on space, so you see now we have this option. So this is the correct option. I'll select this one. The first one was not the correct, so you can undo and then place it back, but I just wanted to show it how you can actually add reinforcement in your member. So when this is done, you can click on escape to get out of this command, and then go back to the 3D view, and we have added reinforcement in this element. So you see all the reinforcements are here. So if you want to check the reinforcement, just click on this, highlight this element, click on tab, like let's select the reinforcement, then click on shift and unselect the structural element. Then from here you can go to the graphics, then edit view visibility states. So click on edit. You can then go to 3D view and turn on the solid and this option, so it will show us our reinforcement in 3D view. So you see these are the reinforcement which we have added in our footing. So this is how you can manually add reinforcement in your footings. But if you want to add reinforcement using the extension, this navigate rebar extension, so you will have to click on the element. For example, I have clicked on the structural component, this foundation, then I'll go back to the rebar extension tab, then I'll click on the spread footings. So you can also see its icons. So this is the spread footing. I'll click on this one, so it will automatically take the data of this footing from the selected footing. So you see this is a 3 feet cross 3 feet dimension footing. You see the A dimension, the B dimension, and then its height. It will take all the geometry information from this selected figure. Then on the bottom bars you can specify which number of bars you want to use for the longitudinal bars, and then for the transversal bars. And you can also select the spacing. So for example, in footing we have 3 inches of clear cover, so you can select 3 inches. Then the longitudinal bars, suppose you want 4-inch longitudinal bars, and then you want hooks or not. So for example, we want 90-degree hooks, and then the spacing, this SI is the spacing between these bars. So for example, we want 4 inches spacing, and then we have the cover. So how much cover do you want? So as we want 3 inches cover, and then for the another one, let's take is 4 inches, and yes, we want 90-degree hooks, and let's change its spacing to suppose 8 inches, right? And we also want a cover of 3 inches here. So let's go back to the top bars. So if you want to add the top bars, you can turn on the top reinforcement and add top reinforcement too. So if you don't want that, then you can turn it off, and other options are like the bottom bars. Then the dowels, if you want to erect dowels from your from your footing or not. So if you want to do not want to erect dowel from your footing for columns, so you can turn this option off, and if you want it, you can turn this option on. So it's on you, and then the stirrups in the pier. So when the footing is going to connect with the column, so in the dowel portion you will have longitudinal bars, so you have to place some stirrups there too. So you can also add that stirrups from here. So for example, if you don't want that, just want to show you how you can use this extension. Now just click on OK, and it will automatically generate reinforcement in your footing. So you see it has generated the reinforcement in this footing. So if you want to see it like this, again just select on this, then from filter you can check none, and then just select the structural rebar, click on OK, and from the graphics options, click on edit, then turn on these two options and click on OK, and you would see the rebars like this. So we had reinforcement with 4 inches spacing in this direction and with 8 inches spacing in this direction. So this is how you can add reinforcement using this extension. So you see, this was very easy and very detailed and very precise how you can add reinforcement using this Napier rebar extension, which I came to know about talking with one of my stupid friend Zaryab. So you can also take such advantages from stupid friends too, so don't keep a distance from your stupid friends. They can be useful sometimes. So I think this was enough, but let's just check another element like column. For example, I want to add a reinforcement in this column using the same rebar extension. So then I'll select the member. For example, I want to add reinforcement in these 3 columns. For example, this column, also this column, and suppose this column too. I want the same number of reinforcement in these 3 columns. So I'll select these 3, then go back to the rebar extension tab, select columns, and here I will provide all the options like we have provided in the footing. So you can change the bars. For example, let's take all that like we have let's take the default settings and just click on OK to see how our reinforcements are placed in these columns. So now you see all our reinforcement is placed in these 3 columns. So you can do it separately, or you can also do it in a group or multiple at same time. So this is how you can add rebars and reinforcement in your structural members. So I think this was enough for this video. In the next video I'll delete all these reinforcement from the slab, from the foundation columns, and then we'll ship this model from Revit to robot and do the structural analysis there. Till then, take care, and if you like this video, so leave a good comment and subscribe to ILU tutorials. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.